Yes.
Mike! 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 Hey! Mike!
Ready?
Hey, rock, Mike! Mike! You get asked that coach and me. The coach, the one in the...
What do you want? You want Olsen?
The ref, or sorry, the coach on the left, ask him if he has somebody to work the box. No!
Good evening and welcome to Alexandria Bay King Palace for the 2025 Highlanders Christmas Invitation. Tonight's game one is between the IHC Cavaliers and Ontario Bay. First, the starting lineup for IHC. Starting at goal, number 1, Roy Young. Starting at defense, number 6, Noah Thompson. Starting at defense, number 10, Brady Dan-Dalin. Starting at forward, number 7, Aiden Timber. Starting at forward, number 16, Dominic Weiser. And starting at forward, number 22, Carter Nutter. And now the starting lineup for Ontario. In goal, number 30, Gabe Gillette. At defense, number 10, Carter Dalin. At defense, number 24, Dylan Van Rock. At forward, number 15, Cameron Dawson. At forward, number 8, James Law. And at forward, number 5, Caleb Ross. Please stand if you're able for playing the national anthem.
hockey fans, here we go. We are live. It is the 2025 Thousand Island Islanders Christmas Invitational. Off the face-off, IHC brings that puck all the way back into their corner. Caleb Robert and James Law battling for it against IHC. Carter Nethers getting the stick in there. Xavier Tripper goes down. No, that's not Tripper. That was Esposito passes this up to Nethers. Nethers brings this over the center line. And Nethers goes down, taken out by Dan-Dalin. And the clapper from the point. Brady Van Brocklin misses. Carter Donnelly sends that puck around near side. Dylan Van Brocklin leaves it for Dan-Dalin. Dalin tries to feed this out to Robert. Touch back in while the IHC checks up on sides. Van Brocklin dumps that puck in. You might notice Dylan Van Brocklin, number 24. He is the face of today's game program on my Facebook page. Puck stolen by Cooper Esposito and dumped in, hustling back after it. Chase LaSalle. LaSalle from the corner trying to keep this away from Nate Juarez. Near side stepping up from the point. Killian McClendon not able to convert. Connor DeMott with that puck across the center line, dumps that puck in. In deep, picked up by McClendon. McClendon trying to turn this back up. It is grabbed by Maverick Lloyd. Gets this to center ice, dumped right back in by Ontario Bay. Will Frank moving up with that puck over the blue line into the neutral zone, dumps it in, goes off for his chain. In deep, Connor LeDuc sends this back the other way. Caleb Ramison there trying to free that puck, gets it free, sends it to the trapezoid, comes back, fires it up, trying to get it out. Nethers comes back, overskates that puck. Little shovel by Maverick Lloyd, and that goes in.
I wanted to wait for a whistle for you.
So I do believe we're going to credit that goal to Maverick Lloyd. James Law in for the faceoff against Dominic Wisner. Wiz sends this over to the side, and it is dumped in. Law, oh, they are offside. I missed the off shouting. Law again for the faceoff against Wisner. Law sends this in deep. Dalin sends this in, trying to get it around. Centering pass, and that is save made. Roaring Young, and that net comes off. Everything's frozen here except for the goal. That seems to be very loose compared to the ice. It is as cold as expected here in A-Bay at the town of Alexandria Recreational Center. Noah Hoteling taking a face off for Ontario Bay, squaring against Tanner Bergenstock. IC trying to nudge that out.
With 14:43 remaining in the first period, IC goal scored by number 19. Maverick Lloyd, assisted by number 22, Carter Nethers.
And that is IHC's first goal, scored by number 19, Maverick Lloyd, assisted by 22, Carter Nethers, 19 from 22. Time of the Cavaliers' goal, 2:17 of the first period, and they lead 1-0 here at the 2025 Islanders Christmas Invitational. And we're going to have a tripping penalty against Corbin Willis. He's going to get to spend some time with us. Off-ice official Steve Newton. Oh no, the net move. The net move. I'm sorry. I thought they were calling Corb for a trip. So if somebody can just pop a little message up there and let me know that you can hear me all right, I would appreciate it. This puck gets cleared all the way now. Van Brocklin hustling after it. Aiden Trimper as well. Trimper sends that around at the point. Caleb Robert not able to get it out. Comes back to Van Brocklin. He rips this around. Cameron Dallin comes back to pick this puck up. Makes way into the middle. Nether's shot, save. And that gets bobbled and bounced and juggled around. And held on to, finally, by Nate Gillette. Face off to the right side of Nate. Picked up, sent around by Carter Donnelly. Caleb Roberts shot, no goal! Thank you, just in time. Lori, just in time to make sure that you heard that Ontario Bay's even strength goal scored by number 5, Caleb Robert. Assisted by number 10, Carter Donnelly. 5 from 10, Robert from Donnelly. Time of the Ontario Bay goal, 3:55 of the first period. And we are tied 1-1 here in this first game of the 2025 Thousand Island Islander in Christmas Invitational.
There's feet over here.
Faceoff comes back to the IHC zone. Picking that puck out, Killian McClendon. He sends this in, held in by Esposito. Esposito. Now turned back in the neutral zone. Coming out with this puck, Ethan Potter sends this across. DeMont not able to get to it in time. Potter picks this up in the trap. Center pass shot, one-timer. Nice grip and rip by Wheeler. Good save, Roaring Young. Wheeler trying again. Esposito feeds this out, goes off the skate of Nate Juarez. Now this comes back to Ontario Bay. Picking this up, Colton Gamble. Gamble hits the center line, dumps this puck in as he absorbs a check from the Wiz. Loose puck in the far corner. Held in at the point by Corbin Willis, sent in deep. Will Frank sends that around on the near side, and now this comes out. No icing, racing after a turn of Tanner Bergenstock and Corbin Willis. And Willis snow jobs his own goalie. That's getting him back for the goal earlier. Face off to the right side of Nate. Won by IHC. Puck comes back. Brady Van Brocklin dumps this in deep. Tanner Bergenstock trying to play it. Comes back over for Alec Nitrate. Feeds this up. The one-timer deflected. Goes errantly into the side. There's a save. And that caught the netting after it hit the glass. We'll have a face-off on the right side of Nate Gillette. Bergenstock again for the face-off. Wins the draw. Puck comes in. Nitrate with the one-timer. Goes wide. Back behind the goal. Brody Morgan sends this backhand, and that goes off the leg pad of Nate Gillette into the corner. Played up, held in at the blue line by Brady Van Brocklin. Not for long, though. This puck comes back out. Bergenstock plays this across to Noah Thompson. Thompson feeds this up to Nitrate. Alec in on the left side. Shot high off the shoulder. And that catches the netting on the way down. While the face-off in the zone of Ontario Bay. If you're wondering how the officials decide which side of the goalie they do the face-off, it's completely arbitrary. Shot, another save, Nate Gillette. pretty sure it's whatever they feel like at the time. Law squaring off against Nethers. Law wins the draw. Donnelly grabs his puck, sends it around for Dalin. Dalin picks it up, goes in the air, up to the point, and that's a hand pass. We'll bring a face off, maybe to this dot right here. Maybe not. Oh, he's going how far? All the way down. Well, it's the official's interpretation. I guess that was pretty intentional. Face off to the right side of Roaring Young. Sent over to the side off of Dalin, back to Van Brockman. He rips that in deep. Robert not able to pick it up on the far side. Donnelly slides up, sends this back to the trapezoid, puts Dalin to work in the corner. Dalin goes down. Looks like he lost his edge. We'll blame James Law for that. He's got his skate sharp enough. Donnelly back, plays that puck up to center ice, dumped back in by Maverick Lloyd. Donnelly fires this up for Robert. Robert feeds Law, one touches in, gets it around Aaron Hagelin. Centering pass does not get to Dalin. Up high, Van Brockman trying to keep it in, and Caleb Robert comes in, slides in from the neutral zone to hold that puck in the offensive zone. Working deep now, Robert and Law. Law leaks this out. Wisner picks this up. Here comes Dominic Wisner passes over to Cooper Esposito. He gets this by Van Brockman. Van Brockman going in after, sends his puck up on the near side. Hello, Uncle Dave. Not my uncle, their uncle. My monkey's uncle. Here's my monkey right now. Cameron Dalin at the blue line, bringing his puck in. Send that goes off the side of the net. Cameron picks it back up as he skates on by, loses it in the face-off circle. Grabbed up by Andrew Gardner, and dumped in. Eddie Van Brockman passes this out for Esposito, who feeds this out to Wisner. Wisner coming out with this puck and loses this in the face-off circle. Puck goes into the corner. Battle for it is won by Ontario Bay. Caleb O'Hagan rips this around onto the far side, picked up by Connor Leduc. Leduc stops short as he gets challenged by Nate Juarez. Swings and misses. Fearful of Alec Nitrate. Perhaps not. In the neutral zone, grabbing that puck now, Nate Juarez. Juarez passed over to Brady Van Brockman, who tried one time and it up to the forward line, not able to. It's the big pileup. Everybody's falling down. Where's the puck? It came out all the way down over there. Andrew Gardner over to get it. Gardner at the hash mark, tries clearing it out. Puck held in by Carter Commonweal. Is that a 6 or a 9? No, I'm kidding. That was Noah Thompson. He was leaning forward, and the 6 got upside down on him. Big hit. Noah Verchis gets up with a smile. You realize he got beat. These two teams, IHC and Ontario Bay, they play with each other a lot outside of high school. Lots of friends off the ice and on the ice. Gets flung in by Leduc, stopped by Carter Nethers. Nethers turns his puck back and sends it in deep. Played off the backboard by Corbin Willis. Fires around. There's a shot on net taken by Killian McClendon. Nice routine save for Nate Gillette, although there's nothing routine about save. We learned that already. Aiden Trimper spears this around back up to the point for Killian. Fires it in. Stick to the corner. Nethers picks this up at the point, tries dropping it off. Ethan Potter trying to drive it out, not able to. Puck goes in deep. Colton Gamble loses this in the trapezoid out in front. Nethers not even getting a shot. Follow up by Tripper goes wide right. Nethers trying to pass that to Trimper in traffic, ends up going on net, and Nate Gillette covers that puck up for the faceoff. 7:03 to go in the first period, and we are locked at 1 goal apiece. Wisner in for the faceoff, wins the faceoff against Ramus, but goes to Grant Harris. He drops this back to the D. They try passing it up, goes right to the Wiz. He fires this into the corner. Van Brockman after it. Able to get rid of that before Juarez gets to him, and he receives that puck back. Bank pass off the boards, held in by Brady Van Broecklyn. Fires this to the far corner. Carter Donnelly gets that out. Caleb Ramus, nice little move. Backhand shot, save. Roaring Young following up his own rebound. That puck goes back behind the net. Now along the boards near side. Van Broecklyn gets this back to Ramus. Ramus tries feeding this out. Van Broecklyn trying to stuff it back in. Brady Van Broecklyn sends this to open ice. Nate Juarez, weak pass to get to Esposito. Espo gives it back to Nate. And Cavaliers bring this back into the O-zone. Backhanded around by Caleb O'Hagan, not able to get it out though. Van Broecklyn off the boards, gets this into the neutral zone. Ripped back in by Noah Thompson. Donlin coming over on the near side, pokes this puck out. Aiden Trimper got a piece of it. That gets fired across, and that's an icing. That was a missed pass from the center line. That'll bring the face-off all the way down by Roaring Young. 5:52 to go in this first period. And it is tied at 1 goal apiece. Off the face-off. Oh! Just missed by James Law. Dallin trying to feed this back behind for Robert. Robert couldn't catch that puck. Will Frank comes around with it. He can't pass that puck out. Kept in by Law, shot deflected away off the stick of Aaron Hagelin, and we'll have the face-off in the zone. Face-off to the left side, no, right side of Roaring. Nethers taking a face-off against James Law. Oh, that puck held in momentarily by Chase LaSalle. Now it comes back. Connor Leduc trying to get it out. Held in. Maverick Lloyd goes right to Leduc. Leduc trying to make a move to get this puck out. And he has it. Stuffs this, gets this to Dallin. Dallin feeds this to Robert. Robert trying to keep it away. Goes off the skate of Law into the zone. Right to Aiden Trimper. Trimper's got Law on him in the corner. Trimper going to work, making his figure eights. And out he comes with this puck. Aiden Trimper over the center line. Goes wide right, shot on net, glove saved, Nate Gillette. 4:58 to go, just under 5 minutes remaining in this opening period. 1-1 here at the first game of the 2025 Thousand Island Islanders Christmas Invitational. Tanner Bergenstock taking the face-off against Noah Hoteling. Hoteling pulls his puck back and almost got shot right on net. Back to pick this puck up. Noah Thompson feeds this across to Brady Van Broecklyn. Back to Thompson, up to Bergenstock. Bergenstock touches it into the corner. Tries dropping it back for Alec Nitre. Not able to get it to him. Hoteling gets this puck out. He's got trying to race around Van Broecklyn. Can't get there in time. Puck comes back to the defense of Colton Gamble. Brady Van Broecklyn sends this around, held in by Gamble. Back to Van Broecklyn. Brady not able to get that out. Connor DeMott and Noah Verxis run into each other. I guess they didn't get enough Christmas hugs. That puck brought out by Andrew Gamble. Knocked out by Gamble, I should say. Coming back, Noah Thompson, serpentining his way into the slot. Has that puck poked away. DeMott trying to go with it, not able to. Coming back, Killian McClendon with the puck. McClendon into the corner, now back behind. McClendon's got Esposito out in front. Still a loose puck. Tries sending us out in front. Stephen Wheeler blocking him. Coming to grab that puck, Cooper Esposito. Esposito in the corner. Puck goes behind the net. Dominic Wisner with it in the far corner. Squeezed off that puck. Nate Juarez collects it. Juarez from the slot shot. Save made or deflected, hard to say. Clap from the point. DeMott blocks it with his legs. Esposito in the corner. Espo feeds this to Wisner. Wisner to Esposito. He swings and misses. McClendon sends this over to the side. Dumped in by Will Frank. Shot save made. Nate Gillette. Just over 3 minutes to go here. Cooper Esposito in the corner. gets checked up by Corbin Willis, and this puck gets cleared. No icing, it's waved off. McClendon going after it, as is DeMott, and DeMott puts McClendon into the boards in the corner. Still battling for that puck. It's tied up. Stephen Wheeler coming in to help out, as is Dominic Wisner. Puck is kicked free, knocked away by DeMott, now grabbed by Nate Juarez. He can't clear it though. Shot fired by Donnelly, doesn't make it through. This puck gets cleared out. Maverick Lloyd brings it into the O-zone. Takes a shot, misses wide right, far side. Nate Juarez picks it up, tries taking it back behind. He goes down. Puck sent up to the point. From the point, Thompson, blocked, shot, and Stephen Wheeler iced the puck. It was almost a pass to Ethan Potter, and it would have been a great pass if it was a pass, but it wasn't. He missed it. 2:16 to go in this first period. 1-1 is the score. Law and Nethers squaring off again. Puck stays still. Robert comes over, tries clearing this out. Glove down, Brady Van Brocklin. Law able to get this out. Van Brocklin dumps it in. Goes behind the net, far side. Donnelly there to pick it in the corner. Sends it back too softly. Van Brocklin's got to step up and does. Puck is still loose. Nethers picks it up. Goes behind the net, trying to shake off James Law. Gets this puck over to Trimper. Trimper loses it to Robert. Robert tries passing this across for Donnelly. Dalin trying to play this off the board. Can't. Law brings this in, and Obey's got to check up on sides. Dalin got drawn in with Brady Van Brocklin too deep to enable Law to make a play on that puck. Maverick Lloyd coming out with it after receiving that pass from Van Brocklin. Dumps that puck in. Goes off for his change. Connor Leduc has time. Leduc moving up with the puck. Challenge by Alec Nitre. Releases that puck, goes into the neutral zone, turned over there. Bergenstock feeds this over near side to Van Brocklin, back to Bergenstock to Thompson. Noah Thompson sends it in, stopped by Chase LaSalle. LaSalle trying to get it out. Nitre blocking that puck. Nitre sends it in deep. Connor Leduc picks this puck up. He's got Dalin on the near side. We got 1 minute remaining in this first period. Caleb Ramus loses that puck as he crosses the blue line, coming back out with it. Alec Nitre, he stopped at the blue line. This puck gets dumped in. Alec picks it up, shot, glove save. Nate Gillette with 44.4 seconds to go. Nice move, constant pressure by Alec Nitre, and Nate Gillette just grabbing that puck out of the air with the old glove hand. Bergenstock facing off against Ramus. Puck comes to Ellick. Ellick sends this up to the point for Will Frank. Bergenstock back behind the net, looking, sends this back on net. Ramus picks it up, sends this over to the boards. Chase LaSalle trying to pull it back.
There it is.
From behind, out in front now. And there's a trip. Nobody saw it but me. Ramus swings and misses. Bergenstock puts that into the slot. It gets rejected. The clapper from the center point is a goal! Aaron Hagelin, number 17. And there's that Selly. IHC goal scored by number 17, Aaron Hagelin. I think it was unassisted. Time of the goal, 16:50 of the first period, and IHC leads 2-1. Puck sent in deep, pressing it up against the back boards. Colton Gamble, and that'll do it. After 1 period of play, it is IHC Cavaliers 2 and the Ontario Bay Storm 1 from the town of Alexandria Bay Recreation Center, home of the 2025 Thousand Island Islanders Christmas Invitational. Shout out to my sponsors, Two Broke Moms, located on North Jefferson Street in Pulaski, next to the Dollar General, for all of your personalized things. That was too much luck. That was too much luck, guys. You used one too much luck.
Nice. I like this proximity.
Yeah.
I don't have to watch it on TV, but I can still do it. And this has got to be one of the few games you don't have to look at a score sheet to
Right.
see who's who.
Right. I get confused though, right? Same number on the other teams. I'm like, no, wait, that's the wrong team. That's the wrong team. Hey, how are you?
10 seconds beginning the first period, IHC goal scored by number 17, Aaron Hagelin, assisted by number 33, Ellen Nitrate.
Oh, 17 from 33. Alec Nitrate picking up the assist. So again, back. Shout out to my sponsors, Two Broke Moms, located on North Jefferson Street in Pulaski, next to the Dollar General, the official provider, merchandise supplier of the Dan-Dalin, a positive influence. Power Play Sports, located at exit 37. Nope, we'll try that again. Power Play Sports, exit 47 off Interstate 81 in Watertown, a fully stocked CCM ice hockey sporting goods store with used equipment, as well as an indoor sheet of synthetic ice and an indoor sheet of real ice. So for all of your hockey needs, they have an adult league 3-on-3 tournament this Sunday at 2 p.m. You want to go by and check it out. You want to watch some old guys play pond hockey inside Power Play Sports. Dupree's Cleaning Services at exteriorcleaning315.com and topnotchconstructioncny.com, topnotchroofingcny.com. So topnotchroofingcny.com for all of your roofing and construction needs in Oswego County at all points east, west, and south. Glory Construction and Development, servicing Jefferson County and points north, west, and east. If you're going to have it built in his glory. Streamside RV Park and Golf Course, located on Tinker Tavern Road in Pulaski. And Divots Restaurant and Bar, located inside the clubhouse at Streamside RV Park and Golf Course. If you want to be greenside, you gotta be Streamside. I am the Dan-Dalin, and we'll be back with fresh ice in about 10 minutes. Here, you can watch the Zamboni go by. Actually, it is an Olympia. It is an ice resurfacer, this one made by the Olympia Company. Zamboni is the inventor of the ice resurfacer. And the Zamboni Company is based in Southern California, believe it or not. Taking care of the ice for a Canadian-born sport. I am the Dan-Dalin, a positive influence, and I'll be back in a few minutes. Thank you for No, I'm good. Thank you. Roger that. Huh? Huddle. All right, hockey fans, we are back. Period number 2. 17 minutes up on the clock. IHC leads 2-1 over Ontario Bay here in the first game of the 2025 Thousand Island Islanders Christmas Invitational Tournament. Line 1's out there again for both teams. Law and Wiz, they're taking a face-off. Face-off comes back for IHC. That puck is passed up and touched by Esposito. It goes deep. Dylan Van Brocklin plays that back behind his own goal. Goes back to his corner. Dan-Dalin there gets checked up and coming out with this puck though, James Law. Law moving in. Law out in front. Tries stuffing it. Saved. Roaring Young. Nice back checking by Nate Juarez the whole way. Borderline. Slashing, hooking. Borderline. That's how you know it's good back checking. Excellent pressure by Juarez. Law sends that around, out in front. Oh, the backhand by Caleb Robert misses wide. Puck picked up by Law, fires it. This goes all the way around near side. Donnelly sends this back into the trap. Picked up at the corner by Caleb Robert. Carter Nethers takes it away, sends it up along the boards. Maverick Lloyd has it, gets poked away. Aiden Tripper not able to catch that puck. Nethers sends this in, glove down by Donnelly. Donnelly turns around, rides the glass. This comes, Waffles, it's got tipped, no icing. Going to get played by Roaring Young. He fires this back behind his net. Dalin on the far side goes down as Aiden Tripper comes near him. Must have got scared. Puck held in by Leduc. Leduc, here's Dalin, shot high. Goes off of Roaring Young and into the netting. We'll have the face-off in the zone with just over a minute gone by. 15:55 remaining in this second period. 2-1, IHC with the lead. All right, we got 50 viewers up there. If everybody calls a friend, we can get to 100. How cool would that be? That shot gets deflected, and that just caught the netting. Well, that netting is all bunched up in the corner there.
I just got home from school like the day before.
Glass is good, netting is not. Puck ripped around. Connor Leduc steps up, grabs this in at the hash mark, tried centering it, loses it. Wisner goes in and make a play on that puck. Feeds this around to Noah Thompson. Now it comes back. Dominic picks this up. Wisner passes this across, goes right to Chase LaSalle. LaSalle sends this back into the neutral zone for Ethan Potter. Potter moves this up. Noah Thompson grabs it away from Stephen Wheeler. Wheeler and Thompson. Nice check by Wheeler. Connor DeMott trying to get that puck, and instead it is picked away by Brady Van Broncklyn. Juarez goes to the corner. Pulled away and taken out by the Wiz. Dominic Wisner from the trapezoid. Short pass is, almost stolen by Wheeler. Instead makes it through Nate Juarez over the blue line, centering pass. The Wiz, the shot. Save made by Nate Gillette. I was trying to think of a nickname for Nate. And then normally I end up calling him Steven then, when I try to not call him Nate. That's not right. That's his dad. There's a face-off to the right side of Nate. Sent around by Corbin Willis. Loose puck, far side. Bergenstock sends this in deep. This puck comes across the middle. Brody Morgan not able to get it. Popped out by Gardner. Now driven back in by Alec Nitre. He loses this in traffic. Birch is trying to get that out, and out it comes. No icing. Puck goes deep down. Picked up. Aaron Hagelin sends this around. Sending past the 1T from Birch. This goes high over the goal. On the far side, Hagelin tries sending this up. Turned back by Caleb. By Noah Hoteling, I mean. That's an offsides. Gardner gave that right to Verxis. He had no choice but to hit it with his stick. And he was offsides.
No idea. That's a steam punch. Sam normally does that.
Face off won by Nethers, driven in by Caleb Robert though. Puck finds its way back to Brady Van Broncklyn. He tries clearing up, goes off another stick against the board. Held in by Donnelly. Loose puck in the middle. Oh, Robert couldn't feed it to Dalin. Law has it. Can't keep it in though. Excuse me. Here comes Aiden Trimper with a gift from the neutral zone. Shot save off of Nate Gillette into the netting. Another face-off in the Ontario Bay zone. 13:52 remaining in the second period. IHC with a 2-1 lead over Ontario Bay.
It's almost like over.
Face-off won by IHC. Van Broncklyn fires this across. It comes out of the zone. Picked up by Donnelly. Fired it and missed Dalin. Dalin going into the corner with Van Broncklyn. Puck comes up to Trimper. Trimper fires this across for Lloyd, and Lloyd hits this forward, and that's going to be an icing. He sends it too far ahead of himself from too far behind that center line, and that makes an icing. 13:34 remaining in this second period.
We actually said to him good because Cameron really gets good by.
Caleb Ramus taking a face-off for Ontario Bay against Dominic Wisner. Wiz wins. Back for Will Frank, who rips this all the way around. Chase LaSalle holds this in, even as he's headlocked by Cooper Esposito. Connor LeDuc stops that puck, gets driven back forward by Espo. Centering pass, nobody there to receive that pass from the Wiz. Ramus trying to get that puck out, held in by Espo. Now out it comes. Caleb Ramus with it. Ramus tries dumping it in. He couldn't pass it to O'Hagan. Now in it goes. Behind the net, Grant Harris for Ontario Bay. Puck out in front. And it is flipped away by Killian McCarty in the neutral zone. Chase LaSalle had a piece of it, but here comes the Wiz. Wisner from the forehand shot. Save made. Nate Gillette. And a quick whistle as that puck drops down on the outside of the net. 12:49 remaining in the second period. Hey, arbitrarily facing off over here. Face-off won by IHC center point. Van Broncklyn can't get enough mustard on it, and that just makes its way into the net. Tanner Bergenstock trying to put some little extra juice on it, but Nate Gillette right there to keep it clean. Stephen Wheeler facing off. Puck driven forward by the Wiz, not by the Wiz, by Bergenstock. Noah Thompson not able to hold that puck in. Coming back with it, Brady Van Brocklin. Van Brocklin sends this into the neutral zone. Corbin Willis fires this to the opposite corner. Bergenstock rips this around back behind for Van Brocklin. Sends it back to Bergenstock in the trapezoid. Puck comes out. Connor DeMott's shot deflected off the skate of Bergenstock. Drops it down. DeMott receives it again in the circle. Tries to send this to the corner. Brady Van Brocklin sends this around behind the net. On the far side, Alec Nitre leaks this puck out through the neutral zone. Hustling after it. Corbin Willis able to get this into the neutral zone again with a little assist from Colton Gamble. IHC dumps this puck back into the corner. Willis grabs it, sends it up on the near side. Wisner going after it. Puck comes up high. Wheeler can't get there in time. But nice check between him and Nate Juarez. Dominic Wisner plays this into the corner, sends it back into the trapezoid. Juarez in the far corner playing with that puck. Out it comes, shot, save made, rebound, shot, save, loose puck, goes across the crease. Juarez grabs this in the corner. Sends it back behind, pass up on top, shot, save, rebound is loose. DeMott dances this puck to get it around Will Frank. Stopped at the blue line by IHC, turn back. Obey gets us back into the neutral zone, brought in by Nate Juarez. Juarez dumps Corbin Willis as his way by. Esposito gets tripped by Connor DeMott, and DeMott's going to go to the box for the first penalty of the game. 14 trip. Oh. Ontario Bay penalty, number 14, Connor DeMott, 2-minute minor for tripping. Number 14, 2 minutes trip. Time of the minor penalty, 5:57 of the second period, and it's a Cavalier power play. Noah Thompson feeds this to Nethers, and that puck is knocked away, but Nethers recovers. Stealing that puck, Cameron Dallin gets it away from Noah Thompson. Dallin, coming out, roaring young to play that puck.
2 minutes.
Tripper with the puck now through the neutral zone, moving up into the O zone, weaving shot off the face of Nate Gillette. Stop held in by Nethers to Trimper, back to Nethers at the point. Nethers back to Trimper at the hash mark, moves into the face-off dot, now forced in low by Carter Donnelly. Comes around, shot, and there's a one-timer. Dominic Wisner with the power play goal. Nobody beats the Wiz. IHC Cavaliers power play goal scored by number 16, Dominic Wisner. Assisted by number 7, Aiden Trimper. 16 from 7. Time of the Cavaliers power play goal, 6:49 of the second period, and they lead 2-1. Obey wins this face-off.
By number 16, Dominic Wisner, assisted by number 7, Aiden Trimper.
Caleb Robert in deep centering pass. Back to Robert, tried to center it again. It gets stopped by Noah Thompson. Maverick Lloyd with it off the boards for anyway, shot taken, James Law, save made, roaring young. Nethers and Law are going to face off against each other. 9:39 remaining in the second period. IHC comes away with that puck. Law not giving up. Puck goes up. I thought it went out of play, but I guess not. Robert comes back in as Dallin checks up on side. Law trying to make his move into the slot. Shot, save, roaring young. 9:23 left on the clock in the second period. taking a face-off against Law.
Yeah, there's like 3 kids that play for us.
Law tried pushing us forward. Recovering down, gets us to Law. Law pushed off the puck by the Wiz. Loose puck taken away. Nate Juarez sends us into the neutral zone. And before, when I said Trimper, I meant Nate Juarez. Puck goes down. Connor Leduc picks this puck up, rips this all the way around for Caleb Robert. Robert not able to pick this puck up. Puck goes back into the trapezoid. Connor Leduc with it. Sends this around. Weird bounce off the boards. Comes out. Law has it. Law going in. Shot way wide left. Dalin looks over his shoulder. Sends this back towards the corner. Picking that puck up is Killian McClendon. Puck leaks into the neutral zone. Collected by Connor Leduc. He saucers it into the corner to give Obey time for a partial change and the checkup onside. IHC able to clear that down. Icing waved off because Leduc followed that puck the whole way. Leduc passes puck up and it zigzags its way down the ice. Warren Young comes out to play this one away from Ramus. Picked up by McClendon. He fires this out, and that's an icing. 8:11 to go in the second period. 3-1. IHC with the lead. Faceoff goes between Caleb Ramus's legs, grabbed by Donnelly, and backhanded into the corner. Battle for it there. Comes out right. It gets kicked in by Roaring Young. Oh, that goal is going to get credited to number 19, Caleb O'Hagan.
It's all right, Brian.
It's all right. Obey gave him one of those. He'll give us one back. Ontario Bay goal scored by number 19, Caleb O'Hagan. Unassisted. Number 19, unassisted. Time of the Ontario Bay score, 8:59 of the second period.
By number 19, Caleb O'Hagan, unassisted.
And that's an icing. Steve Wheeler taking that face off. Pulled back by IHC, held in at the point by Donnelly. Donnelly trying to get to some open ice. Skates this into the corner, sends this off the backboard for Wheeler. Wheeler's got DeMott in the middle, takes the shot. Save made, Roaring Young. Oh, he had a wide open Connor DeMott at the top of the slot. Connor could have scored 2 goals from there. Face off to the right side of Roaring Young. James Law taking the draw. Dalin up against the boards. Robert in the middle. And Robert comes away with this puck. Turns. Can't get that shot off as it gets blocked. Now Robert steals it back. And it's high stick on Caleb Robert. He's going to go to the box for that one. Must have touched somebody above the shoulder. 7:21 remaining in the second period. We have a 2-minute minor for Ontario Bay. Number 5, Caleb Robert, 2 minutes for high sticking. And there's a goal by Maverick Lloyd, and it is now 4-2 in favor of IHC. Maverick Lloyd taking advantage of that mess in front of the net. find out who got the assist, but it is 4-2 IHC with 7:15 to go in the second period. Lloyd passes puck back to Thompson. Thompson over to Van Brocklin. That gets cut off by Caleb Robert, but taken back by Maverick. Feeds this to Aiden Trimper. Trimper moving in. Shot off the face of Nate Gillette. Nice save by Nate.
With 7:21 remaining in the second period, Ontario Bay penalty.
Dallin receives that puck. Backhand to Long. Can't get it. Following up Robert. Nothing. Robert centering pass. Dallin shot. Glove save. Rory Young. Whoa. That might be the save of the game right there for Rory Young.
Save for him.
And it remains a 4-2 IHC lead with 6:42 to go in the second period. Carter Nethers taking the face-off against James Law. Nethers wins
With 7:15 remaining in the second period, IHC goal scored by number 19, Maverick Lloyd. Assisted by number 22, Carter Nethers, and number 7, Ian Trimper.
Nethers to Trimper. Trimper leaning shot, save Nate Gillette. Another quick whistle. So Maverick Lloyd's power play goal, assisted by number 22 Carter Nethers from number 7 Aiden Trimper. Lloyd from Nethers from Trimper. Time of the IHC power play goal, 9:45 of the second period, and that puts them ahead 4-2. Just under 6.5 minutes to go now. Ethan Potter can't get that out. That puck is ripped by Killian McClendon. Wheeler avoids that check. Sends that puck into the offensive end. Gets knocked by DeMott into the corner. Goes there, puts it behind the net. Leaks up high. Shot. Willis low. Save. Roaring Young.
Yeah, Rory.
Nice shot, Corb. Wheeler again going to face off against Tanner Bergenstock. Bergenstock wins the draw again, pulls this back to Will Frank. Frank fires this off the far boards. No icing, waved off. Corbin Willis going back to play that off the stick, and Nate Gillette sends this up along the boards, coming in hot. It was Brody Morgan, couldn't keep that puck in though. Connor DeMott brings this into the neutral zone. DeMott has Bergenstock on him, sends this puck forward. IC turns his back. Nitrate brings this into the offensive end. Ellick reaching, sends this back up along the boards for Brody Morgan. Morgan loses possession at the point. Puck knocked back in and taken by Ethan Potter. Potter passed across. Wheeler touches that center ice to avoid the ice. Puck goes into Will Frank back to play it. Rips this all the way around. Potter can't keep it. Coming up is Ellick Nitrate. Nitrate over the center line. Passes this puck over to Bergenstock. Shot, save, rebound, cleared. Potter with it now. Here comes Ethan skating up with this puck over the blue line. Shot gets blocked by Noah Thompson. Following up, who's that? Connor DeMott. Missed block. Van Brocklin fires that over to Thompson. Thompson into the offensive end. Leans his way around Van Brocklin. Puck is forced back behind the net. Nice defense by Van Brocklin. Noah Thompson drops that puck off. Coming in to grab it is Cooper Esposito. Sends this back to the trapezoid. Nate Juarez there. Sends this back behind the net. Esposito going after it. Esposito absorbs a check in the corner. Big crowd of people over there watching hockey. Shot taken by Wisner, goes off the side of the net. Wiz picks it up, skates this back behind. Wiz all the way around on the far side, looking, top of the slot, fires in. Oh, tried to get the 1-T to Coop. Cooper couldn't finish. Donnelly swings and misses. Esposito goes down. Donnelly, long pass up for DeMott. DeMott can't get there in time. It comes back for Carter. Now back up, Connor DeMott with it at the blue line. Fires that puck deflected off Esposito's stick. Graham Harris puts this back behind the goal. Up on the near side, Nate Juarez coming after it. He's checked off. Caleb Ramus gets this loose puck. Raymond trying to sneak his way into the offensive end. Puck is on the field in there. Noah Thompson goes back behind the net. Ramus goes flying over Noah. And coming in to grab this puck is Caleb O'Hagan. Now Maverick Lloyd tries sending this out, and it comes right back to him. Puts this up to Nate Connor LeDuc with the nice little poke check. Gets that puck free. Sends this around for O'Hagan. O'Hagan can't get to it in time. Puck sent back behind the goal. Maverick Lloyd in the corner trying to pull this puck out. Nethers to Lloyd to Nethers. Back behind to Trimper. Shot and a save. Rebounds back behind the net. Pass up by LaSalle. LaSalle to Grant Harris. Grant to Caleb Ramus. Ramus shot. And that is save made. Goes into the corner. Held in by O'Hagan. Hagan gets checked out. Here comes Trimper. Trimper gets around. Nice back checking by Connor LeDuc. Shot taken by Trimper. Nice save by Nate Gillette. Puck fired in deep by Aaron Hagelin. On the far side, Trimper plays this up to Nethers. Leaks out Nethers. Now Trimper. Got a delayed penalty against Ontario Bay. I think it's going to be a hold. That gets played by O'Hagan, and it's an elbow. We have an elbow penalty against Ontario Bay. Ontario Bay penalty number 19, Caleb O'Hagan, 2-minute minor for elbowing. Number 19, 2 minutes elbow. Time of the minor penalty, 14:44 of the second period. And with 2:15 left in the second, it's a power play for IHC. Wisner, tried feeding that to Juarez. Juarez misses it. Held in, though, by Maverick Lloyd. Loose puck. Poked at and makes it out into the neutral zone. Good job by James Law. O'Hagan missed that. Lloyd missed that, and Law couldn't get the shot on it. Sends that puck and turns it over. Noah Thompson coming out with it. Thompson over the blue line. Looking to get set up. Maybe, maybe not. Thompson back into the trapezoid. Now on the far side. Cycles this around. Gives this to Wisner. Shot fired. Save made. And Nate Gillette not coughing up a rebound on that one. 1:35 to go in the second period. 4-2, IHC with the lead. Ontario Bay puts out DeMott, Willis, LeDuc, and Potter. This puck comes out. Brady Van Brocklin over the blue line. Feeds this over to Wisner. Wisner at the hash mark. Gives this back up to Brady. Brady shot blocked by DeMott. DeMott can't get to it. Wisner settles it down. Feeds this into Nethers back behind the net. Nethers passes this puck up for Will Frank. Frank back to Nethers. Nethers puts this into the middle. Trimper turning, shooting. And that puck gets deflected away. Held in by Brady Van Brocklin. Played back to Van Brocklin from Nethers, back to Nethers. Nethers at the hash mark. Nethers going in deep along the red line. Has that puck poked away. Wisner with it. Wisner looking for somebody to feed it to. Who's all wrapped up, though, by Corbin Willis. Van Brocklin back to Wisner. Wisner in the corner. Checked off that puck by Connor LeDuc, and LeDuc puts it up into the netting. We'll have a face-off in the zone. 37.7 seconds to go in the period. 21 seconds remaining in the player advantage for IHC. IHC is 2 for 2 in power play chances so far tonight. Puck comes out, center point, back over to Van Brocklin, fires this in deep. Wisner grabs the centering pass, and Trimper didn't have his stick on the ice. That shot blocked by Cameron Dallin. Nethers gets this in the corner. And here comes Cameron. Cameron skating this puck up over the center line, drops it off for Law. Nethers ready. Shot, save, Roaring Young. And the teams return to even strength. Ontario Bay finally able to kill off a penalty here at the 2025 Thousand Island Islanders Christmas Invitational. Law with the face-off, drives this puck forward, It goes to Will Frank. Now lost shot. Save made. Rebound comes up high. Trying to settle it down. And that gets cleared out through Nitrate going after it. First one back. Carter Donnelly sends us around on the far side. Dalin waiting for it, and that's going to do it. At the end, and he gets a great big hug from Brady Van Broecklyn. At the end of 2 periods of play, it is the Immaculate Heart Central Cavaliers 4 and the Ontario Bay Storm 2. We'll be back in about 12 minutes with fresh ice here at the town of Alexandria Bay Recreation. 2025.
How heavy it is.
All right, welcome back, hockey fans. Hey, Connor Corbett. How's it going? We are about to start the third and final period. IHC Cavaliers with 4, Ontario Bay with 2. Yeah, all Dalins are here in the house. IHC with 2 power play goals. Both goalies have given up a goal that they should never ever give up. They scored on themselves. All right, here we go. Nethers facing off against Stephen Wheeler. And that puck gets dumped back down into the Ontario Bay end. Yep, it is Nethers against Dalin. Carter against Cameron. They exchanged Christmas presents yesterday. Exchanging checks today. It's all hockey family. Aiden Tripper passes over to Noah Thompson. Thompson by saying in. Donnelly grabs that puck, comes back with it the other way. Donnelly shot. Oh, just off of Roaring Young's glove, wide of the net, and he comes out, spins around, covers that puck up for the faceoff. 16:21 to go in regulation here at the first game of the 2025 Thousand Island Islanders Christmas Invitational. Dominic Wisner facing off against James Law. And Law pulls his puck back. Robert not able to catch it, chasing it down. Cooper Esposito. Esposito over the blue line. Moves in towards slot. Shot. Save made by Nate Gillette.
Good try, crew.
Law sends this against the boards. Esposito trying to fire the puck in. Wisner grabs it and rips this back behind the net. Condor LeDuc going over to play against it on the far at the corner. Nate Juarez takes it away, loses it in the trapezoid to James Law. Law board pass to Dalin. Dalin knocked off by Nethers, but able to get that puck to Law. Law going in and tries to tackle Nate Juarez. There's a shot from the point, save following it up. Oh, Connor LeDuc not able to get his own rebound. Nate Juarez sends this across the ice. Dalin dives in front of Esposito, gets that puck away, but Wisner comes up and dumps it in to the Obey zone. Connor LeDuc trying to punch it around, and Nate Juarez not able to. Nate sends this back into the corner. LeDuc back to play, sends this behind the goal near side. Stick lift by Will Frank on Cameron Dalin, and with the puck is Chase LaSalle. LaSalle to LeDuc. LeDuc able to get this out, gets deflected away, passed over to Will Frank. Frank fires this across, hard pass, not able to be caught by Brody Morgan. LeDuc picks this puck up and sends this to open empty ice, and that's going to be an ice. No, icing waved off. Icing waved off. This puck sent down. Why is that waved off? It got touched by IHC all the way down there. That one I don't understand. Brody Morgan from behind the net, centering pass. Oh, and a swing and a miss by Tanner Bergenstock. Loose puck. Punched out of the zone by Caleb O'Hagan. O'Hagan fires all the way across. Ramus plays it off the boards. Stops at the bottom of the circle, cycles back, loses that puck. Coming back out with it, IHC. Pass across to Bergenstock. Bergenstock takes this into the corner, turns, tries to center it. Puck knocked away by Colton Gamble. Back behind the net, Corbin Willis fires this around. Brady Van Brocklin steps up at the hash mark. Centering pass, and that is saved by Nate Gillette. Cool. Saved, whistle, and then the puck found its way indeed. 14-14 remaining in the third period. 4-2, IHC with the lead. Carter Nethers, number 22, facing off against number 2, Stephen Wheeler. 2-2-2, shot wide. Far side, Aaron Hagelin grabs this at the point, sends this up. Nethers puts this towards the middle, collected by Colton Gamble. Gamble fires this back up. Nethers plays it back into the corner for Maverick Lloyd. Lloyd punches across the paint, backhand shot, Nethers, save made, Nate Gillette. This puck is sent out into the neutral zone. DeMott, shot, save, Roaring Young. Fakes off to the right side of Roaring. Donnelly from the center point, just wide of the net. Stephen Wheeler, nice stick lift to grab that puck. Dylan Van Brockland trying to keep it in and does. Connor DeMott plays this against the boards, feeds this out. Wheeler couldn't get a stick on it, and this is settled down by Nethers. He gets this into the neutral zone. Carter Donnelly takes this away. Aiden Trimper steals it. Trimper coming in, winds up shot. Save. Nate Gillette goes over the goal. Coming around, Tripper again has his pocket pick. Donnelly able to feed this out for Donnelly. Donnelly in. Donnelly to Potter. Shot. Save. Roaring Young. 4-2 IHC with the lead. 13 minutes, 8 seconds to go.
I love listening to you, by the way.
Thank you.
You're awesome.
Here's the face-off. Grady Van Brockland behind his net. Try pass up to Nate Juarez. Juarez runs into trouble. And Andrew Gardner almost came up with a Christmas surprise. Esposito sends that in deep. Noah O'Taylor back to play it at the edge of the hash mark. Nate Juarez grabs that puck, though. He's got possession. Juarez comes around, centering pass off the skate of Wisner. Chase LaSalle, short pass up, fired back in by Brady Van Brockland. Picked up Connor LeDuc, trying to get that puck out, and does. Ripped back in by Noah Thompson. IHC checks up on sides or makes the line change. Chase LaSalle grabs this puck from the corner. He's going to skate it up. Avoids Maverick Lloyd. Gets checked by Aiden Trimper. Puck comes back to Lloyd. Taken away by Law. So Robert dumps this puck in. Brady Van Brockland picks it up. And we're going to have a roughing penalty against Noah Thompson. So IHC penalty number 6, Noah Thompson. 2-minute minor for roughing. Number 6, 2 minutes rough. Time of the minor penalty, 4:55 of the third period. And it's an Ontario Bay power play. And that hit somebody on the bench, or it went out of play. So we're going to have a face-off in the neutral zone. So IHC tried clearing it, got a little aggressive on that. Law trying to sell the case that it got touched by an IHC player on the other side of the blue line. Good try. Law wins that face-off. Donnelly feeds this up to Potter. Now Dallin brings this in, and shot taken. Ethan Potter, save made. Roaring Young. Rebound comes around near side. Donnelly able to hold that in, feeds this in deep to Dallin in the corner. Dallin loses his puck, goes into the trapezoid. Connor DeMott picks it up there. DeMott sends this back for Dallin in the trapezoid. Dallin feeds this for Law, gets tipped by Will Frank. Law back to Dallin. Dallin to Donnelly, shot, save made. Rebound goes off of Dallin's skate. Dallin skates this up at the hash mark, comes around at the point, feeds this to Donnelly. Donnelly tried threading it back into Law, and he missed the pass to James. DeMott back over, picks his puck up, trying to stuff it in through the legs of Roaring Young, and that is a save made by the shoelaces of Roaring Young. 11:11 to go in this game. 1:05 remaining in the power play for Ontario Bay. Law facing off against the Wiz, and the ref's going to toss him. Dallin facing off against the Wiz. Dallin wins the draw, pulls it back to Ethan Potter, backhands this over for Donnelly. Donnelly drifts back to his point position, gives this over to Dallin, top of the circle. Dallin moves over. Oh, he tried to send it into Potter on the far side. I thought I saw a good shooting slot for Cameron. He saw a better pass, just couldn't complete it. Nice touch, Donnelly. Law, back to Donnelly, and he runs into him. Law able to get this back for Carter. Carter, shot! Save made, Roaring Young. 39 seconds to go in the player advantage. 10:45 in the game. 4-2. IHC with the lead. Law leaning for that faceoff. Dalin trying to come in. Nothing. Law kicks that puck over the red line. This gets ripped around. Dan-Dalin able to hold it in. Fires his puck in deep, goes to the far corner. On the far side, picked up by Alec Nitre. Can't get it out. Ethan Potter holds this in, sends this puck in deep. Law's going to try to cut it off, and that is cleared by Brady Van Broecklyn. And it bounced off the boards and hit James Law for the offsides. Law was trying to skate back into the neutral zone, so we'll have a face-off right here. 16 seconds to go in the power play for Ontario Bay. Caleb Ramus to take the face-off against Carter Nethers. And Ramus wins the draw. Puck comes back for Chase LaSalle. Hits the blue line, dumps that puck softly into the corner. Back to get it is Aaron Hagelin. Tries clearing it, but can't. Brady Van Broecklyn fires this up. Grabbed by Connor LeDuc. He can't play it cleanly. He's got to drift back. Able to get that out into the neutral zone. Swatted around. Caleb Robert with it. Robert's got Ramus. Caleb back in. Oh, save made. Roaring Young. Puck goes over the net. Nethers to the corner. Rips that puck all the way around. Teams return to even strength. Puck held in by LaSalle. Comes out high. Sent out by Maverick Lloyd. Aiden Tripper trying to play that puck up. Stopped by Connor LeDuc. LeDuc in the corner now to get that puck. LeDuc challenged by Lloyd. Lloyd can't play that. LeDuc gets this out. Goes off of Will Frank. Ramus can't get there. Right behind him, though, Stephen Wheeler. Wheeler checked into the boards by Aiden Tripper. Puck comes free. Will Frank sends this behind the net for Killian McClendon. Battle for that puck along the far boards. Gets back behind the net here. Will Frank picks it up. Passes it to Aiden Tripper. Tripper across to Nethers. Nethers can't catch it. Has to play it off the boards. Advances it forward for Maverick Lloyd. Lloyd shot. Blocked by Dalin. Drops down on Connor DeMott's stick. DeMott sends it behind the net. Near side. Cooper Esposito. Shot. Kicked away by Nate Gillette. Picked up off the boards by Maverick Lloyd. Lloyd pulls his puck out. Shot wide left off the backboard. Out for Will Frank. Frank at the hash mark, fired off the skate of Dominic Wisner. Back behind the net. Wisner's got it. No, he doesn't. James Law has it. Now Chase LaSalle. Now the Wiz. Now Esposito. Now Chase LaSalle. LaSalle has it. Dalin looking for a breakout pass. Not going to get it. Sometimes you got to play, Cameron. You got to play. Wisner dumps that puck in. Connor LeDuc picks this up in the trapezoid. Sends this around for DeMott. DeMott tried popping it out. Not able to. Shot fired by Killian McClendon and held on to by Nate Gillette. 8:14 to go in this game. 2 goals separate these two teams. IHC with 2. Ontario Bay with 4. Caleb Ramus loses that face off to Tanner Bergenstock. Shot by Brady Van Broecklyn is saved. Alec Nitre puts this towards the middle. Brody Morgan has to play it into the corner. Morgan from the hash mark dumps this in deep for Nitre. Nitre battling against Ramus. Nitre still with it. Cycles around. Face off circle shot. Save. Rebound. Goal! Alec Nitre finds the back of the net. And IHC leads by 3. Let's see if there is an assist handed out to that one. I think that was Alec unassisted. Faceoff driven forward by Ontario Bay. Turned up. Here's Alec Nitre with it again into the corner. He's got Dylan Van Broecklyn on him. Puck goes off the back of the goal. Chased down now out into the neutral zone. Passed across to Brady Van Broecklyn. Van Broecklyn feeds this up to Alec. Nitre gets this around Van Broecklyn. Chases after it into the trapezoid. Into the far corner. Pressed up against the boards. Over there as well, Andrew Gardner. Bergenstock sends this up to the point. Gets missed at the point, though, by Cooper Wrist. And that puck icing is waved off. Van Brocklin's going to have to go back and play it. He misplays it. Picking that puck up. Bergenstock in all alone. Gets this to Lloyd. Knocked down by Noah Hoteling. Hoteling trying to get that puck out. Held in by Maverick Lloyd. Dylan Van Brocklin's going to go back to pick it up. Less than 7 minutes to go. Hard pass. Gets out into the neutral zone. Dumped back in by Aaron Hagelin. Stopped by Van Brocklin. He tries passing this to Law. And it's taken away by IHC. Aiden Trimper off the boards, goes to Law. He waited.
Scored by number 33, Alec Knight, assisted by number 11, Tanner Bergenstock, and number 36, Jordan Moore.
Well, how about that? 2 shots by Alec, and he gets 2 assists. So it is IHC goal scored by number 33, Alec Nitre, assisted by number 11, Tanner Bergenstock, from number 36, Brody Morgan. 33 from 11 from 36. Nitre from Bergenstock from Morgan. Time of the IHC Cavaliers' 5th goal, 9:09 of the 3rd period, and they lead 5-2 with 6 minutes to go in this game. Nethers with a nice check on LaSalle, coming out with this puck. Connor LeDuc shot, save Roaring Young. Rebound picked up by IHC. Chase LaSalle not able to keep it in, sends this off the boards, driving forward. Aiden Trimper can't bring it in with them. Wisner passes this back on D to Killian McClendon. McClendon over to Will Frank. Frank dumps this in. LeDuc picks this up at the trapezoid, passes it off to Law. Law to Dallin. Dallin keeps this away from Esposito. Dallin in, little toe drag, and loses that puck at the circle. Coming back the other way, Nate Juarez. Juarez gets checked by Dama. Law picks up the puck. Law skating around, stopped at the blue line. Ontario Bay is offsides, and Law sits on the puck and rides it in like a sled, and he's offsides. .506 to go in this game. IHC leads by 3. And we got a penalty against James Law. I missed what this penalty was for. We'll find out. Ontario Bay is 1 for 3 on the penalty kill. Face off won by IHC. Aiden Tripper brings us over to the slot. Dallin gets a piece of it. Puck goes
With 5:02 remaining in the 3rd period, Ontario Bay Company to number 8, James Law. 2 minutes for holding.
So, Ontario Bay penalty to number 8, James Law, 2-minute minor for holding. Number 8, 2 minutes hold. Time of the minor penalty, 11:54. And it's a Cavalier power play. Thompson to Nethers. That goes off the skate of Dallin. Law, Dallin couldn't knock it down. Trimper loses it. Donnelly takes his puck and is able to clear the zone. He was trying to get a pass off, could never get a clean piece of that puck. So opted just to jump it down the length of the ice. Wise move by Carter Donnelly. This puck passed across to Aiden Trimper. Trimper gets stopped in the neutral zone. Connor DeMott trying to hold that in. Taken away by Dominic Wisner. Wisner wide left. Stops at the top of the circle. Looking to get things set up. Sends this back up to the lone defender, Noah Thompson. Thompson sends this in deep for Maverick Lloyd. Lloyd misses it. And, wow, that's going to be a hold. Dominic Wisner is going to go to the box for being a naughty, naughty boy. He's got 364 days to make up for it. So IHC penalty number 16, Dominic Wisner, 2-minute minor for holding. Number 16, 2 minutes, hold. Time of the minor penalty, 13:13 of the third period. And we've got 4-on-4 hockey for 40 seconds. Pass up for Nick Juarez, gets that. Oh, nice back checking by Connor Leduc. Juarez.
With 3:47 remaining in the third period, IHC penalty number 16, Dominic Wisner. 2 minutes for holding.
Makes its way towards the goal, stalled by Nate Gillette. Here's Chase LaSalle, comes out in front. LaSalle, short pass to Leduc. Leduc at the blue line, dumps this puck in. Picked up by Brady Van Brocklin. Van Brocklin, board pass for Cooper Esposito, taken away by Stephen Wheeler. Fed to Ethan Potter. And nice shot, nice save, Roaring Young. So it is now a power play for Ontario Bay. They have a man advantage for 1 minute and 16 seconds. Face off with Law. Law wins, takes us over to the boards, trying to keep it away from Tanner Bergenstock. Law from the trapezoid drops it off for Dallin in the corner. Dallin. As Law go, oh, missed Law and DeMott. LaSalle steps in from the point. Puck gets fired around. Oh, caught off the backboard. That took a weird bounce, and IHC took advantage of it. Back to pick it up is Carter Donnelly. Donnelly, short pass up for Chase LaSalle. LaSalle can't catch up to it. IHC trying to turn it back, not using a lot of effort. Dallin battles his way through to get that puck, feeds it across to an open Donnelly. Donnelly over the blue line. Donnelly in at the circle, tries kicking it, that puck up to his stick, not able to. Connor DeMott picks this up. DeMott in the corner, has Law moving towards the slot. Now Law goes into the corner to trade places with him. Drops that puck off. Connor DeMott takes it. Sends this behind the goal for Dallin. Dallin steps up at the hash mark. Top of the circle, swings and misses to make that pass back into the corner for James Law. Donnelly cycles us back in the neutral zone. 4 seconds remaining. Save made, Roaring Young, and he's going to cover that up as the teams return to even strength. 1:47 remaining in this game. 5-2, IHC with the lead. Caleb Ramus in for the face-off against Dominic Wisner. Here's the face-off, comes back, Chase LaSalle fires that, and it gets tipped and covered up by Roaring Young. Wisner pulls that puck back. Cooper wrist with it. Puck is sent across by Maverick Lloyd, goes off the board. Chase LaSalle has it, tries firing it in deep, comes back into the neutral zone for Wisner. That gets fired in, wide of the net. Connor Leduc back to play. It's got Dominic all over him. Leduc sends it to the corner. Gonna let Grant Harris try to play that up. Back to Grant, pulls this out. Maverick Lloyd holds it in at the blue line. He dumps his puck in deep. Dominic Wisner going to work in the corner, sends this back behind the net into the near corner. Aiden Trimper going after it. Trimper trying to come away with that puck. Gets poked away by LaSalle. Trimper recovers. Trimper has it. Tries feeding this through the air for a breaking Wisner. Not able to get there. We're in the last minute of play. Trimper shot and a goal. Top shelf. Aiden Trimper buries that one. Top shelf. IHC goal scored by number 7, Aiden Trimper. Time of the goal, 16:05, and IHC leads by 4.
IHC goal scored by number 7, Aiden Trimper, unassisted.
And that is an unassisted goal by Aiden Trimper, and it is his 3rd point of the game. He's got 2 assists and a goal. Loose puck goes right by the post. Roaring Young reaches back to cover it up. .33.5 seconds. Law for the face-off. Face-off won by Nethers. IHC trying to clear, can't. Robert holds it in. Law takes this into the corner. James at the hash mark sends this in deep for Robert. Robert over to Dalin. Dalin keeps this away from Esposito. Now Esposito battles back, held in by Van Brocklin. Shot save, Roaring Young in the corner. 10 seconds. And that's where this game is going to end, is right there. 2 seconds, 1 second, and that's it. So this game ends in a 6-2 victory for IHC as they defeat Ontario Bay Storm here at the first game of the Thousand Island Islanders 2025 Christmas Invitational Tournament. For watching, thank you for subscribing. Coming up. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for subscribing. I appreciate your generosity. My Venmo and my PayPal is in the description of the YouTube video here. I've been invited to do play-by-play for the AAU National College Hockey League championship in Jacksonville beginning March 6th. I just got to afford to get there. So any contributions from here on out for the rest of the season are going to go towards getting me to Jacksonville. So thank you again to my sponsors. Thank you to all of you. I am the Dan-Dalin, a positive influence, reminding you, don't wait for it to be a good day, make it a great day.